Are you planning to take a gap year before applying to law school? Then before you make any plans, you must know exactly how long your LNAT score actually remains valid. Here is the direct answer. LNAT scores are valid for exactly one UCAS admissions cycle. They expire at the end of the testing year, which runs from the 1st of September to the 31st of July. This means you absolutely cannot carry your score over to future applications. If you take the test this year, it counts only for this year's university intake and nothing beyond it. Let us be precise about that testing year, because the dates matter. It opens on the 1st of September and closes on the 31st of July, spanning a single UCAS admissions cycle from start to finish. Once that window shuts, the score attached to it is finished, regardless of how strong it was. There is no grace period and no informal extension once the cycle formally comes to an end. So why do the scores expire so quickly? The strict one-year rule exists to guarantee that every candidate is assessed on a genuinely level playing field within a specific admissions cycle. The difficulty of the exam can fluctuate slightly from year to year, even with rigorous calibration. By requiring everyone to sit in the same cycle, universities can confidently compare applicants. They know that all candidates for a given intake face the same overall testing conditions and the same question pools. That shared context is what makes the comparison fair and defensible. If scores lasted for multiple years, a candidate who happened to take the test during an arguably easier cycle would gain an unfair advantage over current applicants. The one-year rule prevents this completely. Now, this rule has huge implications for gap year students, so pay close attention here. Suppose you sit the LNAT in October during your final year of school, but then defer your entry by a year. That original score will be invalid when you eventually reapply. You will have to sit the exam again in the admission cycle that corresponds to your actual intended start date. In practice, that means registering and testing again after the 1st of September of your real application year. It is crucial to factor this into your gap year planning, whether you are traveling or working. Please note that there are strictly no exceptions to this validity rule. The LNAT consortium does not grant extensions for illness, for personal circumstances, or for deferred university offers. There is one nuance worth knowing. If a university defers your offer, the institution itself may choose to accept your original score, but this is entirely at their discretion, not the consortium's. So always confirm this directly with the admissions office of the relevant university. Never assume an old score will be honoured, because getting this wrong could cost you an entire application cycle. Here is a concrete example to make the rule vivid. If you sit the LNAT in October during your final year of school, but then defer your university entry by a full year, that October score becomes invalid. You would then have to register and sit the exam all over again in the cycle that corresponds to your real intended start date. So build that repeat sitting into your gap year planning from the outset. Now, if you do have to retake the test, you are not starting from scratch. You already understand the Pearson VUE environment, and you know firsthand the intense pressure of the actual exam. However, cognitive skills dull without regular practice. You cannot rely solely on your previous preparation from a year or two ago. To score competitively again, you need fresh, challenging material to work through. This is exactly where a large test bank matters for returning candidates. What you need most is a steady supply of unseen passages, so that every practice session genuinely stretches you. That is what we built at LawMint.uk. We offer 200 full-length LNAT practice tests split into 100 Level 1 and 100 Level 2 simulations, so you never run out of unseen material. With over 8,400 multiple-choice questions, it is one of the most effective ways to reignite your analytical abilities and make certain you are ready for your brand new cycle. Because everything runs on an interface that mirrors the real exam, retaking candidates also quickly get back into the rhythm of the timer, the layout, and the relentless pacing the LNAT demands. Start preparing for your next attempt with a free, full-length LNAT practice test today. It is genuinely the best way to get straight back into the testing mindset before your registration window opens. Take your preparation to the next level at LawMint.uk. Alongside our free full-length test and essay speed analyzer, we offer the full series of 200 tests with 8,400 multiple-choice questions. Subscribe to @LNAT Prep on YouTube for more expert advice.